This is the TC Helicon doubling and detune. It's the D1 and I'm going to wiggle it in front of your face. Look at it. So this D1 is a multi-effects pedal, and the reason I'm doing this is because sometimes sax players get asked to do gigs with DJs. You know, the types of gigs where you get hired to do a wedding or a corporate event or some stadium or some little bar. It doesn't matter what it is. It's just something with a DJ. I've done them all and it's quite interesting. Is it my cup of tea? I don't know. It's just something different. Another tool that we can use in our toolbox of being a saxophone player. So you have to be kind of flexible. So I take them gigs now and again. So I use like a reverb pedal, or I might use something like a flanger or something similar like that. So it adds a pretty cool or a funky sort of sound to the saxophone. This is a kind of new purchase. Well, new purchase like 3 months ago, but I've never got round to using it or trying it yet. So this kind of fell right down the pecking order. But here it is in full glory. So looking at these settings here, you've got tight, you've got loose, and you've got group. I'm actually a bit disturbed where this conversation's leading to, but anyway, let's continue on. Then you've got detune, and then you're thick. Well, I know I'm thick, but anyway, I don't need reminder about that. And the ones that interest me the most are the octave up, the octave down, and then on the end you've got this thing called shout. You've also got this fader here, which is your dry and your wet. You turn it to the amount of the effect that you want to come out in the mix. The more dry it is, the less effect. The more wet it is, the more effect and less natural sound. You've got your mic gain on the side there. I'm not using that really because there's enough power in this microphone. That's usually if you've got something like a dynamic mic that you're plugged into that needs a bit of a boost. That will come in really handy to have that mic gain adjustment. And on the other side, you've got this mic control. Don't ask me what that is. I ain't got a clue, but I guess I'll start flicking the buttons and see what it does. And the silver button in the middle is to activate the effects on and off. It's also powered with this adapter, which plugs in there. And then you've got your XLR in and out. So I'm going to plug this microphone into this pedal, into that camera. And by the power of my dodgy editing, it's all plugged in and ready to go now. So where my finger is wiggling, I've got the setting there. It's about 1 to 2 o'clock. So let's try it on the tight first, on my voice. Here it is, tight. Here's the tight sound. What's that sound like? I just can't hear because I haven't got headphones on. Let's try the loose sound. Here we go, 3, 2, 1, and we're loose, foot loose. I'm not going to sing the song for copyright, but here we go. This is the loose sound. I don't know what it sounds like yet, but I'm sure it sounds hilarious to me, or weird. I don't know. Let's try this third one, which is the group. Here we go, 3, 2, 1. And here we are. We are on the group. Is it many people, many voices? I don't know. But from what I could gather when I had a quick test earlier, it sounded a bit thicker in that sort of range. Now let's try the next one, which is detune. I'm going to go to detune in 3, 2, 1. Here comes the detune. What does that sound like? I have got no idea because I got no headphones on to monitor it because I'm a clown. Anyway, natural sound coming up. So now, thick. Yes, I know, I'm thick. So let's have a listen to what thick sounds like on this pedal. 3, 2, 1. And there's the thick sound. What does that sound like? Do I sound like Barry White or something? I don't know. I can't hear it yet, of course. I'll hear this when I'm editing it. So I'm going to keep all this in because it's natural, raw, as it should be. Let's go back to normal. Aha, now this is the interesting thing for me. It's the octave up, then the octave down, and then the last one is shout. I've got no idea what that means. So I'm going to use these headphones for the next part because this is the octave up, which is going to come after 3, 2, 1. And here it is. Whoa, whoa. Oh my God, this is just so weird. What? Stop. No, switch it off. Jeez, that was just so weird. I have to do it again. 3, 2, 1. It's Mickey Mouse time. Oh my word, this is so strange. Anyway, back to normal. Oh, jeez. Oh no. The next one is octave down. I honestly feel like a teenager just giggling at this stuff because it's hilarious. For me, it's actually hilarious. I've got a funny feeling this might be also equally hilarious for me, or creepy, or probably a bit of both. So let's have a listen to it. 3, 2, 1. Wow. This just sounds like something out of a horror movie. That does sound a bit creepy. I'm going to do it again. That just sounds so evil. Pure evil. Get off. Get off. I'm going to have nightmares now about that. Now, the last one I'm coming to is called Shout. And it goes like this. 1, 2, 3. Aha, what's this? It's kind of like... I don't know what... Wow. I should have used the headphones earlier to listen to the first bunch. Wow, this is so interesting. Let's turn it off. Wow, that is so strange. Well, this is going to be quite interesting on the saxophone. So I'll speak to you lot after the demo. Here we go. But that does sound so creepy. Anyway, back to seriousness. I'll take these off. Well, that was just a whole lot of fun doing that. I'm really looking forward to editing this and then putting it all together and throwing it out. And by the time I look back at this, it'll all be done. And I'm just talking like this just for the sake of it. And it was just a pleasure to use my old Yamaha 62 on this one. I'm using a silver Selmer neck and it just sounds really good. I think I might actually start using this a bit more often because I was inspired by one of the comments from a previous video. Somebody said, can they hear the Yamaha 62? So that's why I got this one out, to use it on this. And I think, well, I might have to use it a bit more because I fell in love with this for a reason and it's got lots of sentimental value. I think I'm going to be switching between this one and the Beast. I just don't know what to do. It's called spoilt for choice. I know I sound like a brat here, but it's just one of them positions I'm in. I'm spoilt for choice and it's kind of like a happy nightmare, if that makes sense. And I'm sure I'll be using this on a saxophone DJ gig sometime soon. I know that'll happen. And I'm going to be using this when I'm writing some stuff for the band. I'm going to be doing that for sure because some of the effects I've heard on this video when I was editing it have really inspired me to use this when I'm writing. So this is yet another useful tool in my saxophone journey. Well, I hope it's been a useful tool for you lot out there in the saxophone journey that you're on. Maybe you want to pick up something like this or something similar or maybe another pedal. Who knows? We don't know where our saxophone journey is going to go. If somebody told me years ago that I'll be using some effects pedals on my saxophone, I would have looked at them as if they were like strange because it never entered my head even 10 years ago. But here we are. You never know what the journey brings. The saxophone journey is just such a roller coaster. It's fantastic. So now you can use one of your tools called a finger and stick it on the like button to put a big smile on my big pie head. So I love you and leave you, and you will definitely catch me in the next video. Have a wonderful day. See you all later, peoples.